Welcome to episode 2 of the Dream Realization Quest. I'm going to be honest with you, I had recorded episode 1 about a year before I actually posted it. And so when I went back to review it, I realized that so much of it hadn't changed. And so I just decided I was going to post it anyway. But there was one thing in particular that I talked about in that video that had changed quite a bit, and that is the Oasis dream. Today's video is going to be pretty specific to updating you on where we're at with the Oasis Spiritual Retreat Center situation and how all of that's going. Let's get right into it. A lot has happened since the last episode. Quick recap. In the last episode, in terms of Oasis, I basically said that we had got our website up and running. We had got our business cards. We had incorporated officially as an LLC, and that we were looking at physical spaces. And I'm pretty sure that in that video, I said tomorrow we're going to look at a space, and so we'll see what happens. And I'm fairly certain that the space we were going to look at tomorrow in that video was the space that we ended up taking. So it's very exciting. Very exciting to report back. It went really well. This little community called Selah, they call it a new urbanism community. They're basically building their own town, which is very cool. It's technically as a development neighborhood that they're putting together, but they are literally trying to create their own township, and they are building lots of different types and sizes of homes and housing options. They already have a small school, they have a gym in the little village, they have a restaurant, they have a cafe, there's a yoga studio, a hair salon. There's going to be a Montessori school, I believe, right next door to us. And there's also going to be a spa just down the block from us. I'm calling it like self-care central, this little area that we have found. When we went back to look at this space, there was exactly one space available left. And this was a town, this community, Selah, we had looked at years ago when my mom first moved down here. We were thinking about her potentially living in this town, and we certainly thought it would be amazing to have Oasis there. But even at that stage, they were still just starting to build homes. We kind of set that whole dream aside because we were trying to pick up the pace on looking for physical space and started looking more so in the city of Norman and the downtown area over there. We were actually on the verge of signing a lease at a storefront in Norman, and our administrative assistant said, "Did you ever look back at Selah and see if they had anything available?" And we were like, we haven't in a long time. So we did. We went back, and sure enough, they had one space left, and it all worked out beautifully, perfectly for us. And so we're really, really excited. Since then, we have officially signed the lease with them. We have approved the layout for the interior build of the space. Right now, we've got our little coming soon sign in the window over there. Builders are in process building out the walls for the office and the little back area in the space. They're working on an exterior sign that'll be illuminated and will match the storefront signs of the other places on that same block. So very exciting. Wheels are in motion. We're moving at top speed now into building the space. And then tomorrow, our team is meeting to go over some interior design ideas, which I think is possibly going to be the most fun part of all of this that's happened so far. It's just been a bit of an emotional roller coaster because we did have to wait. Like, we've been very patient over the past handful of years. We would kind of like go through waves of meeting consistently and talking over plans and ideas. And we met with my astrologer. She kind of mapped out the energetic structure of the team and what we would be creating based on our natal birth charts. And so much magic that came from that. We've talked a lot about interior design and programming and curriculum and all the other teachers and practitioners, people that we want to draw into the space as well. We looked at a lot of physical spaces. We looked at churches, we looked at storefronts. We just kind of were dipping our toes into all the options. We also looked at like a huge event center that was well known in our area for hosting a lot of weddings and went up for sale. Ultimately, our dream for Oasis is not going to be held by some little corner storefront space. We want like a whole real retreat center with housing and everything included. But this is an amazing place to start. And when it comes time to get down to business on building something for ourselves, when we outgrow the space, it seems like Selah might still be a great option for that as well. So we'll see. There's a lot of opportunity to evolve with this community that we really love. We're starting where we're starting. We have been very patient, and I have loved the flow of just going as guided. We were continuously guided to meet with different people, to have conversations and share our ideas in the community. And then we were guided to like lock it in and go for it with this place. It's very exciting to see it come to life. This is, as I've said before, literally a lifelong dream for me. This is like when, as a child, people would ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? I never knew how to answer that question because I didn't know how to explain this. Like what we are creating right now is my dream. Extremely exciting. The only other thing about the space that we've kind of worked through so far was that we did go over a process of designing the paint colors and the layout for the space. We did decide to have a small office slash treatment room. It's actually turned out that it's big enough we could have small meetings and activities in that space as well, but it will serve as kind of our back office area and also as a treatment room for if we have healing sessions or coaching sessions or bring in other practitioners to do sessions one-on-one with people or in small groups. And then we created like a back open area that's sort of like a hallway that will lead into the back where the bathroom and kitchen is, so that when we're having larger group events, people will be able to kind of go into the back to use the bathroom, or if they need to get something from the kitchen without disturbing whatever's going on in the space. It's pretty simple in terms of the layout that we put together. We chose some paint colors. We have a little accent wall. We have dreams about having like a beautiful mosaic, like a real accent wall with some kind of art, mural, or mosaic type of feature. We also want to have a water feature in there to get the beautiful water sounds and water energy into the space. Hopefully that's going to be a focus of tomorrow's meeting. I think that's it for the space. I want to keep this as brief as possible. I will obviously update you as we go along. For the next episode of the Dream Realization Quest series, I think I'm going to do something more around my creative journey and some of the tools and systems and processes that I'm using kind of internally or in my own intuitive living journey to help create this dream. Maybe my creative planning system, maybe something about my moon journaling system. Yeah, something like that. If you have any questions for me, as usual, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you want to share about your dreams with me, please, I am dying to hear about them and would love to support you in your process as well. As you can see, it doesn't matter where you are in your journey with your dreams. Sometimes we have to be patient and we have to be like quietly nurturing and fostering our dreams when they are not ready to be in the physical yet. That doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about them and share them and continue dreaming about them. Please feel free to share, and please feel free to share this video with anyone who you think might need some inspiration in their dream journey. And I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.